Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. It is the Crypto Flight Edition. It is Napoleon Macro speaking. On this video, I want to show you guys some candles that I was able to find that may be suggesting that the price of Bitcoin is potentially setting up to move lower. It is a slightly positive day, and this video is suggesting that the market is potentially in preparation to move lower. Now, I'm going to explain in great detail exactly why I say that, because there's a pattern that has happened 2 times that we're both going to comb through the details here and observe why I say this. So let's make it short and sweet and get into it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Welcome in. Thanks for sticking around, all of my loyal subscribers. We're losing subscribers by the minute. Let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here. So today's February the 21st, 2022, and the current price of Bitcoin, $37,101.20, slightly positive 0.2% for the day. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed your extended weekend. Here is the Bitcoin levels. All right, so it probably looks familiar for those of you who follow us closely. So I've basically outlined these candles. They have multiple names for candles, so I'm not sure 100% of this candle, but what I do understand is the wick above the candle's bodies. Okay, and we're looking at the daily candles, and if you notice this candle here at about January the 20th, 2022, very large shadow at the candle's body, on top of the candle's body, followed by a pretty substantial move to the downside. And I think it's pretty clear to see on this candle as well, very large shadow at the candle's top of the candle's body, followed by a move to the downside. Not as substantial, but nevertheless a move to the downside, which brings us over to the previous candle that just closed, which is not a very large wick at the candle's body, but nevertheless it is a wick at the top of the candle's body. And maybe, okay? Because right now it's a slightly green day, and I just don't feel comfortable when I see these slightly green days, because this active green candle that you see here, it still has about 21 hours and about 54 minutes to actively, produce and close exactly how it's going to close. When I see this kind of reminds me of what has happened in the past. Well, let's do this. If I pull this over, like if you can, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, right? If you notice there's a shadow above the candle's body. You see that right there? See that candle, that shadow above that candle's body right here? This means that at the open or at some time within the duration of this candle that has already closed, the market pushed higher. That's why that wick is there at the candle's body, and then of course it moves down. Let's go over to this next example. So hopefully we can all make sense of this and say, oh, okay, I see what you're saying there, Napoleon. And if you notice here on this, the large move down that we've already showed you guys, if you see the shadow, see the candle's body. We even posted a video, I think, on this day saying that if it closes a green candle, then it would have a chance. And if not, of course, catastrophe or opportunity. Let's say opportunity. Let's not use that word. But the wick above the candle's body is what I'm mainly focusing on, so that we'll all be on the same page in terms of why I'm saying that Bitcoin may be, not will, maybe move to the downside. Now, if it's going to happen, I think it probably is going to happen overnight. All right. So if we are in preparation to move lower, then expect this market to crack below. If you want to just kind of set an alert, I would set an alert at about $36,780. The reason that I say that is because this candle here that just closed with the shadow above the candle's body that we're doing the comparison with, that is the low of that candle. And of course, to verify lower lows for a downtrend, that would be the new low in comparison to the previous candle. Okay, $36,780. Set an alert there. Cryptos move super fast, so I'm not saying set an alert there and then when you get the alert you'll be able to make a move. No, I'm just letting you know that if you get the alert that's just a technical new low than the previous low, meaning that the sellers are setting up in this market to rip this price or just move the markets lower, guys, to the downside. All right, so that's basically but nevertheless it is a higher low so far. It is still technically, as of today, as of right now, 9:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February the 21st, 2022. This is technically a higher low. We got a higher low here at the follow-through level, $35,000. We're looking at the candles' bodies. Higher low here at about 36.9. And so far, so far, right now, it's a higher low, technically speaking. So basically, to summarize the video, if Bitcoin is going to move higher, we got to get a close. A green candle's body to close on this active candle today. Okay. So that's all I have for you, wonderful folks. That pretty much summarizes the entire video, guys. And you have the level to set an alert just in case there's a new low. Even if there's a new low, the buyers, they have to step in immediately. Seriously, this is time is of the essence right now, because the sellers are setting up. The buyers have an obligation, and their obligation is just to simply actually get back above the previous level of resistance, which is at $38,700. So does that make sense? The only thing I'm doing, guys, it's so simple. Let's erase everything. Remember, when you're trying to determine whether the market is getting out of the entanglement of a downtrend, what you want to make sure is that you're finding first a higher low, and that the price is breaking above the previous level of resistance and then coming down to find support. So let me just do a quick demonstration, then we'll close the video out. Bitcoin went to $67,000. Remember, we're trying to find a turnaround. Bitcoin is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and walking down the stairs until, as of recently, the follow-through level is $35,000. Let's pull up the lines, okay? So the only thing I did was just kind of go all the way down here, look at the focus on the candle's body, is 35,000. And the turnaround, okay? The turnaround is super important. Remember, the two things that we look for a turnaround is a higher low and for the price to maintain support above the previous level of resistance. I feel like this video is going to get kind of long here, but I just want to point this out before we close it out. So the reason that I have the red line there, the follow through level, because this is the level for the sellers. If this is a true move down, if the market's moved down overnight, then it must move lower. Close a daily candle below 35,000, have a decisive move down and move lower. If this is an official, continuation of the bearish trajectory to the downside. But if that does not happen, then Bitcoin is still in a fair position. Hopefully this is aging well. If you're looking at this now, like Napoleon, the market is already at like $32,000, man. This aged horrible. Please leave that information down in the comment section. But let's close it out here, guys. I just want to show you guys. Remember, you're looking for a higher low for a turnaround. The market went down, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Lower lows, lower highs. Whoops, just revealed my strategy there. And since the sellers have an obligation, and the buyers also have an obligation, but the sellers must have a decisive break below that red line, 35,000, continue lower. If the sellers fail here and they're unable to proceed lower than the red line, 35,000, that is a sign that the buyers are attempting to maintain support here and eventually turn things around. But the practical thing is for the buyers to stay above the previous level of resistance. If you're looking at the screen, I just had a rejection at that green line at about 38.7, broke through that resistance. And the practical thing for the buyers to do to show financial strength is to maintain support above this line. Right now it's below it, so no, guys. This is the buyers are they're in a compromised position right now. So yeah, again, slightly positive day. And I have a bearish tone on this video because I'm looking at the price action, and what I'm seeing does not align with a financial strength. Okay, so if they pull the rug overnight, guys, that's just the market that we're in right now. Okay, that's what it is, guys. Just have a strategy, follow through with that strategy, never deviate, and that's all I have for this video. So essentially, 38.7. That's the level, and a green daily candle. If we can't get that, at least the green candle for starters within this active daily candle. If we can't get that for starters, yeah, this market is moving lower, guys. It's moving lower. All right, conservatively speaking, $35,000. All right, that's all I have for you, wonderful folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully this was a straightforward explanation, just focusing on price action. Remember, guys, we'll close it out. I know a lot of people say, dude, why don't you look at the news? Why don't you do this? You're not going to be successful in life because you're only focusing on voodoo lines. Remember, you don't have to be successful in life by being a jack of all trades and mastering everything. The successful people, and you can ask anyone who's successful, you just have to hone in on one specific thing and always gravitate or at least advance towards mastering that one thing, but never master it. Always work towards mastering that one thing. This way you will always be open to learning more, because once you master it, it's like you've cut off that educational advancement, and you just, maybe you're know it all, right? And no one can tell you anything. I'm always asking questions in the comment section. I'm always open to asking other YouTube channels, hey man, I'll leave like a question in the comment section, because I'm always trying to work towards mastering what I understand, okay, which is price action, all right, candlesticks. And that's all I have for this video, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb, I'd appreciate it, below the video, and also leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote this video, what is left of it, and the channel. If you guys are new with us, you can also subscribe. We cover the infamous 5 throughout the week. You can kindly join us here on this interesting journey, and we'll send it out to you momentarily. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember, always have a strategy before you enter. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon, and bye for now, guys and gals.